Watch out now. No! Oh, my God! Good Lord, The Undertaker!
11 times WWE wrestlers were saved by their opponent in a split second. Number 11, Seth Rollins saved by Randy Orton. When it comes to Hell in a Cell matches, it's vital that any spots involving weapons or spots outside the ring are delivered safely, and this is mainly due to the limited space around the ring. In 2014 on Raw, John Cena and Dean Ambrose versus Randy Orton, Seth Rollins and Kane was turned into an unofficial Hell in a Cell match, and when Rollins went over the top rope onto Orton, Orton realized that the table leg was sticking up. Rollins could have easily been impaled, but thankfully Orton managed to catch Rollins and angle his fall in such a way where he would avoid the weapon. Orton was legitimately seething when the spot went down, and he proceeded to throw the table out of the way. Orton was completely justified in doing this, as the table shouldn't have been left in such a dangerous and reckless position. Number 10, Kevin Owens saved by Roman Reigns. The 2023 Royal Rumble is mostly known for the epic dissolvement of the bloodline, as Sami Zayn heroically turned his back on Roman Reigns. Outside of this, the match between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens once again showed the world why Reigns and Owens are wrestling soulmates. The two arch rivals have had countless matches over the years, and each one has been stellar. Their two respective styles complement each other extremely well, and it's easy to see why WWE have been so eager to pair them together. Now in that match, Owens would go for a moonsault move from the top rope, and unfortunately Owens lost his footing. Due to the nature of the high-risk move, this could have ended in complete disaster. But thankfully for Owens, Reigns instantly realized what happened, and Reigns proceeded to roll into harm's way to cushion the entirety of Owens' blow. Reigns had less than a second to act, and he did remotely hesitate in risking injury to save Owens. Number 9, Dolph Ziggler saved by Baron Corbin. During his WWE run, Baron Corbin received one of the best reputations possible for a top-flight pro wrestler. Corbin was considered to be one of the safest pro wrestlers in the world. Corbin, despite being larger than a lot of his opponents, knew how to take care of opponents, and Corbin often went out of his way to make sure wrestlers landed safely. During Corbin's first feud on the main roster versus Dolph Ziggler, the two would collide at the Money in the Bank show in 2016, and Corbin would save Ziggler from the most unfortunate landing. In the match, Ziggler attempted to run and jump off the steel steps onto the Lone Wolf, but unfortunately Ziggler slipped and it looked like he was going to land right on his face. Luckily, Corbin caught the former world champion and turned it into a deep six. This recovery was incredible, and this began a trend of Corbin being known for being insanely safe in the ring. This was seen in subsequent matches and moments with the likes of Becky Lynch, Kurt Angle, and even a returning Edge. Number 8, Dolph Ziggler saved by Kane. Similarly to Baron Corbin, Kane was also a name that was known for being safe in the ring, and this likely explained why so many names were always willing to work with him over the years. Having a name like Kane in a ladder match such as the Money in the Bank match may have been an odd fit on paper, but in reality it made a ton of sense. Kane was established as a ring general, and if anything went wrong with any key spots in the match, the Big Red Machine could put things back together in an instant. In the 2010 Money in the Bank match for the SmackDown briefcase, which happened to be won by Kane, he managed to save Dolph Ziggler from tearing a ligament. That spot was supposed to see Ziggler dive towards Kane and then for Kane to dump him outside, but sadly Ziggler's leg and knee got tangled in the ropes. This is a type of botch that has occurred countless times over the years, and it's just something that really can't be avoided, but Kane acted immediately and he was able to save the former world champion from impending doom. Number 7, Damian Priest saved by Apollo Crews. Now, Apollo Crews is a name that has so much to offer WWE, and it's a real shame that he's rarely used on television. Whenever Crews is given an opportunity on television, he always delivers, and this was the case when he wrestled Damian Priest on Raw. During the match, Priest would attempt to take out Crews by diving off the steps, and sadly, Priest didn't over-rotate enough, and this meant that Priest was about to land neck first onto the outside. This would have been horrendous, and it was possible that Priest could have broken his neck live on television. But thankfully, Crews managed to catch Priest, and the amazing thing was Crews didn't even have to adjust his body. He just instantly knew that Priest needed to be caught. Crews managed to hold him in the midair position for a brief second to ensure that his neck wouldn't hit the outside of the ring. Number 6, Braun Strowman saved by Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. One of the most acclaimed matches of the COVID-19 era was a triple threat WWE title match at WrestleMania Backlash. The match saw Bobby Lashley take on Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre, and all three men went out of their way to steal the show. During the match, Strowman would attempt to go high risk by diving off the ring apron onto his two opponents. But unfortunately for Strowman, he was landing headfirst to the outside, and this is when Lashley and McIntyre worked together to save Strowman from a serious injury. To save Strowman, Lashley and McIntyre would rotate Strowman over in order for him to land safely on his back. This was expertly done and once again highlighted why Lashley and McIntyre are two of the best to ever lace up a pair of boots. Number 5. Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus saved by Nia Jax. During her first run in WWE, Nia Jax attained a negative reputation for being unsafe in the ring. While some fans took these criticisms of Jax's work too far sometimes, Jax was kinda reckless, and this was something that she was gonna have to work on in her subsequent WWE run. Thankfully, the former women's champion did just that, as her second WWE run has been a vast improvement, and Jax has worked endlessly to get better at her craft. Jax has evidently put a lot of effort into making sure she slows down in the ring and she protects her opponents at all times. But this has even backfired on Jax, as at the 2024 Survivor Series War Games, she was criticized for being way too soft in the ring when it came to her chair shots. A fast forward to her feud with Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus in early 2025, and one spot during their feud was supposed to see Jax hit her finisher Annihilator on both women as they were stacked up in the corner. But for this move to work safely, the two women had to be stacked on top of each other with their bodies matching up, or else it could have led to a very serious injury. As Jax was about to hit the move, she noticed that their bodies weren't matching up, as Stratus was lying in at an angle which could have meant that Jax could have landed on her neck. She decided to botch the spot on purpose by landing in the softest way possible, and whilst Jax received criticism at this first, she had no choice in the matter and she ultimately made the right call. Number 4. Kalisto saved by Ryback. And mainly thanks to public comments made by CM Punk, Ryback had a rotten reputation for being unsafe in the ring. But with that being said, during Ryback's vastly underrated feud with Kalisto in 2016, Ryback showed that he could deliver in matches and he was fully capable of looking after his opponents in the ring. During their excellent match at the Payback event, Kalisto was performing a springboard second rope corkscrew plancha to the outside, but he didn't get enough momentum to connect to Ryback. Seeing that the reigning US champion was about to have a horrific landing, Ryback basically cradled Kalisto into his arms and brought him to the ground safely. This was the type of action that was common during the matches, as they vibed extremely well in the ring, and it was almost as if Ryback was just waiting for the right opponent to deliver his finest work with. Number 3. Cody Rhodes saved by Fandango. Now, moonsault is one of the most dangerous moves there is, and it's sometimes on the wrestler taking the move to ensure that their opponent doesn't land right on their head. In 2013, Fandango was wrestling Cody Rhodes on Raw, and when Rhodes went for his moonsault, Fandango instantly realized that Rhodes didn't get enough rotation upon his initial jump. Fandango realized that the future WWE champion was going to land right on his head. He quickly moved forward and reached out his arms to ensure that Rhodes would be safe. Thankfully, Rhodes was perfectly fine, and Fandango deserves a ton of praise for his quick thinking and exquisite ring presence. Number 2. Seth Rollins saved by Roman Reigns. And when Seth Rollins returned to action in 2016 followed by a serious knee injury, there was a lot of concern that Rollins wasn't quite ready to compete. Therefore, when Rollins faced Roman Reigns at the Money in the Bank event, it was on Reigns to guide Rollins through the match and ensure that his former Shield teammate was as safe as possible in the ring. But in typical Reigns fashion, he truly stepped up, as throughout the match, it's clear on more than one occasion that Reigns is taking things slow and going at a pace that Rollins is fully comfortable with. One particular spot in the match stands out, and it occurred when Rollins was going for a sunset flip powerbomb on the turnbuckle. Due to this being the exact move that caused Rollins' initial knee injury, Reigns would keep Rollins balanced, and he would only let go of his knee at the last second. Reigns was a total pro in this spot, and he didn't even break the illusion of the move itself, as it could be logically explained that Reigns was just trying to fight Rollins off, when in reality, he was making sure that his best friend and opponent wasn't going to get hurt again. And number 1, Rey Mysterio saved by Logan Paul. Since signing with WWE, Logan Paul has impressed with his work ethic and his in-ring presence. One of Paul's most acclaimed matches was the match he won the US title in 2023. He would defeat the iconic Rey Mysterio to win the title, and in the match, Paul would offer a heroic save when Mysterio almost landed on his head following a springboard move. According to Paul on his podcast, both men made a mistake as he was far too back for the spot to work, but he quickly acted to catch Mysterio and save him from impending doom. I'm gonna come clean because I've seen all these positive headlines. Logan saves Rey Mysterio. The Mexican community is going crazy, they're praising me, say I'm some sort of a hero. I'm like, dang, I'm getting recognized for something cool, I'll take it. And then I looked at the clip. Upon assessing my performance, while I think I did save Rey Mysterio, I think I almost killed Rey Mysterio. I think I was too far back for the move, and I think he didn't clear enough ground for the move. That's what happened. I was far too back. He didn't clear enough ground. We both made a mistake. I had to catch him. I wasn't going to not catch him, but truthfully, while I like the headlines and I like getting gassed up, I was just doing my job. I'll take the praise. This is a great mix of reality and kayfabe from Paul, and it's appreciated that he was keen to admit his own failures when it came to the spot. And this ultimately didn't take away from the fact that he stepped up to save the spot from being a total disaster. But there you have it, folks. 11 times WWE wrestlers were saved by their opponent in a split second. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.